I think we're going to be seeing a lot more, and we have been seeing a lot more of over the last year because couples kind of got pushed into this direction. Hello lovely couples, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. I provide a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness for the modern couple. So thank you for coming here, and if you are new here, congratulations on your engagement. This week, I don't know why, but I literally feel like I need to put out a little statement of my hair is in an absolute state of misery right now because we are still in lockdown, although good news last week in the UK, but it doesn't look like I'm getting my hair coloured until like April if I can get an appointment. And I know first world problems, but I really do look a state. I feel like I just needed to disclose that. Yes, I'm aware my hair is an absolute state. So anyway, hair aside, let's talk about wedding content, shall we? This week, I am going through 9 wedding trends that I think we are going to be seeing more and more of throughout 2021 and into 2022 and beyond, to be honest. These are not necessarily style trends, but these are trends that we are just going to be seeing growing, and things that have already started and that are just going to become more of the norm as time goes by. Some of them are really exciting, so let's just jump straight into this week's video. Okay, so the first trend that I think we're going to be seeing a lot of, and this is basically coming from the pandemic situation. This has grown, lots of people have talked about it. And if your wedding was to fall in a month where perhaps you weren't in a lockdown, you were allowed to get married, but there were heavy restrictions on numbers and you couldn't have a reception and so on, there is definitely a trend moving forward of the wed now, party later, which I love because that is for the couples that decided to go, no, we're going to put our love first, we want to be married, it's about us, and they've gone for the micro, like the mini micro wedding where maybe it's just 6 of them or 15 of them, and they've just gone in, jumped in and made it all about them, but they're not compromising on the party and the celebration. So they're doing the wed now and the party later, say in 2022, and they've booked that for a year later. And I love that because it's a kind of a compromise because you're not getting it all in one day, but you're still able to do all of it. You're not missing out on any of the parts that you would have been missing out perhaps if you'd just gone for the micro, which I still love, but you couldn't have the party and the celebration that you want. So I absolutely love that. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that because a lot of couples have kind of been pushed into either doing that or postponing everything. Now that the guidelines and rules have changed over here in the UK slightly, or at least they're proposed to be changing, so let's just see what happens moving forwards. But I don't know if we'll see as many people choosing to do that. Maybe between now and June the 21st, that will still be an option. Actually thinking about it, we might find that people are going for the wed now, party later. Some might just be going for the micro wedding, or there's a lot of people that are postponing to post 21st of June 2021 and going for the whole hog. But I think we'll see next year in particular a lot of party later for the couples that have already done the wed now or are going to be doing the wed now in the next few months once we're allowed to have weddings again. So big trend, it's going to be happening. I love it. Second trend I think we're going to be seeing a lot more, and we have been seeing a lot more of over the last year because couples kind of got pushed into this direction, which is virtual wedding planning. Now, I think the trend has been growing over the years because we're all becoming a lot more tech savvy. We're all on the internet a lot more. We're online, we're searching. It's just the way the world is going. And I think over the last year, people obviously got forced to do that even more so because they couldn't get out on viewings, they couldn't meet with their suppliers and so on. But not only that, suppliers have had more time to take their businesses online, to grow that audience, to expand, to change and adapt their services to fit the current times. But I don't think that that's going to go backwards. I think that's only going to move forwards. And that really excites me. We are all about online planning here at Bluebird Creative and Bride Academy. That is kind of the essence of what we do. You know, it's we've had memberships and courses, and you know, I offer digital products online to help you guys plan your own weddings, and we offer virtual consultancy so that we can help any of you at any place in the world, and I can connect with you via Zoom and help you with your wedding planning. You plan, I assist, give you my knowledge. It's what we're all about. It's virtual, it's amazing. YouTube, it's virtual wedding planning. I'm literally giving you tips and advice online to help you plan your own weddings. So I think we're just going to be seeing more and more of it, and it excites me massively because it means that there's more information coming online, so there's more knowledge accessible to you guys to help you with your wedding planning. So I love it. My favourite trend. Another trend which I am a big fan of is the eco-sustainable wedding trend. A lot more people are becoming more conscious of sustainability and whether things are good or not good for the environment. Weddings are a massive contribution to pollution and they're not overly sustainable. So even just making small conscious decisions to try and reduce waste or just more sustainable decisions is huge. And I think a lot more couples are jumping into that because of the likes of, you know, Netflix documentaries and more knowledge and more information. And there's just so much out there for us, like at the tips of our fingers now, literally like online, for us to learn and grow. And I think people are actually now more willing to take that and put that into their lives. Myself as a business owner, I try to make eco decisions and more sustainable decisions with some of the products that we sell on our online shop, and make sure that the packaging is sustainable or eco-friendly. When I'm sourcing props and things, and like some of our flowers, they're dried so that they it's just making better decisions. And I think couples are trying to do the same with their wedding planning, and I love it. Whether it's using fresh local flowers or fresh local produce for their food, choosing local suppliers, which is another trend we're going to hop onto next. I think couples are making more decisions down that road. I have actually done a video on having an eco wedding, so I'll link that for you here so you can get some more tips and advice on that one if that is your cup of tea. So let's move on to the next trend, which I just mentioned, which is support small. Again, pandemic, coronavirus, lockdown, it has made us all try and support those businesses around us that are small, that are working and grafting hard. And that's not to say that the big companies aren't, but just a different world for small businesses. And I think we are all more willing to help those people around us, you know, our little small bubbles, our little small ecosystems in our villages and in our towns and our counties. We want to help those people around us. And the wedding industry is filled with small businesses. And I think, you know, couples are more willing to help their suppliers. And I really, really love that. Honestly, the support that I've had as a business owner from my couples is just amazing. And I just think people have become more thoughtful towards who they're working with and how they're working with them. And again, I love this trend. I really do love this trend. So the next trend I want to talk about, and I'm just going to touch on it really, is the dried flower trend, because I have done a video on this trend as a whole. I will link that for you up here as well. Dried flowers, they're sustainable, they're eco-friendly, and they're amazing. They've had a life and now they've got another life, and they will last for a very long time if they are looked after. They look beautiful and they can be mixed with fresh flowers as well. They are a fantastic choice, and we are seeing that come back into play more and more as people are becoming more eco-conscious, which is great. So it kind of ties in with the eco-sustainable. It's a trend in itself, I think, because we really are seeing that crop up more and more. So go check that video out if you want some inspiration on that. Another trend I think we're going to be seeing more and more is concept lighting. I think times of weddings where you just don't even consider the lighting are kind of gone, because we're putting more emphasis into the design. Before we might have thought of adding a couple of fairy lights, whereas now couples are really being intentional with their design. Another trend. So the concept lighting comes in, that perhaps like the wedding breakfast, we're going to be having this amazing festoon lighting canopy so that it actually feels that we're outside, but we're not, we're inside. Or we've got these amazing modular wooden planks that are going to be hanging from the ceiling with festoon lighting all dangling down, and flowers and foliage. There is so much more effort and thought going into the lighting to create amazing atmospheres, instead of just nothing or a simple package of fairy lights. I think we're going to be seeing more and more of this coming into play over the next year. This one is amazing. So I think we are going to be seeing from June the 21st, 2021, in the UK at least. I don't know what it's like for you guys in other countries at the minute, so hit me up in the comments box below and let me know what's happening with weddings where you are at the minute, because I'm really interested to know. But hopefully from the 21st of June 2021, or maybe a bit after, depending on how the progress goes over here. But I think the emphasis is going to be on the entertainment experience. We have not been able to party, guys. We have not been able to party since March 2020, and we are crying out for it. We are desperate. So I think once we're allowed out to do that, it is literally going to be the focus of all weddings. Yes, it's about the love story. Yes, it's about the marriage. But my gosh, when you're allowed to have all your friends at your wedding with no legal restraints, it is going to be getting on that dance floor, enjoying the band and just having a good time, probably filled with hugs and love and laughter. And I am there for it. I am totally here for that. I literally cannot wait. I can't stop smiling just thinking about it. I've got a particular couple in mind whose party I know at the back end of this year is just going to be amazing. And yeah, I'm totally here for it. That is a trend I cannot wait to see. More emphasis on the party, more emphasis on the fun and the entertainment experience, because we've been deprived, guys, and we are crying out for it. Another trend I think we're going to be seeing more of is gratitude. Now, you may be wondering, yeah, okay, Lauren, and gratitude fits into weddings how? Now, we know that the Be Kind movement is huge at the moment and a really important message. And I think we've all become a little bit more grateful for the things that we had before that we actually have been deprived of and haven't had since being in lockdowns and this pandemic began. We're missing and crying out for companionship and socializing and our friends and our family, and the other things don't matter as much. The material things don't matter as much. And I think once we get that back, the gratitude to be able to have a wedding with those special people there with us is just going to be amazing. And that, alongside the Be Kind movement, I think people are going to be putting more emphasis on that. And I know I've talked about the likes of favours being like the first thing that you would cut out of your budget, but I also think that people that have got the budget are going to put a real emphasis on how to thank their guests for being there. Whether it's buying them something, whether it's just writing them a personal note and popping it on their plate setting to say thank you and how much they mean to them and how much the day means to them. Whether it's having personal readings or speeches from the bride and groom that are actually more about gratitude and kindness and just gratefulness for everybody being there. I just think we're going to see those touches coming through weddings a little bit more, because they're going to be so grateful that they can get married. I feel emotional. They're going to be so grateful that they're finally getting married and they're finally having the day that they want. And I think those details are going to start coming through. It doesn't have to cost money. Kindness, gratitude, it's free. But I think we're going to see it more in weddings, and that lights me up, and that means a lot. And I think it will mean a lot to everybody as well. So yeah, really excited about that trend. I think we're going to see more of that. And last but not least, styling and creativity within the details and the story of your wedding day. I think we're going to see more storytelling on a wedding day, more about the couple, more detail in the styling, more creativity in the styling and the theme and how the day looks. Because let's be honest, we've had a bit of time to think about these things. Suppliers have had more time to develop their creativity, to develop their offerings. And I think we're going to come out the other side of this and the creativity is literally going to explode. And I cannot wait to see how that culminates in people's weddings at the back end of 2021 and going into 2022, because I just think people are so ready to use that creativity and let it absolutely fly with their couples. So watch this space, because I think it's going to be amazing. Guys, weddings are going to be amazing. They are coming back. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Cannot tell you how positive I'm feeling about all of this. These trends excite me. They excite me so much. They really do. They're all amazing trends that I cannot wait to see grow in the wedding industry. I think the industry as a whole is just going to grow. It's going to get better. It's going to get more creative. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I love this industry. I hope you found those helpful. I want to know if you're using any of those trends in your wedding planning. Please tell me, put them in the description box below, because it's so exciting to know if you're going to be using any of them. It's just got me fired up again for weddings and when they're going to be back. I literally cannot wait to step back in. Oh, so exciting. Anyway, guys, I will leave you with that. Have a wonderful week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel below. Write in the description box any comments, any questions, or just let me know what trends you're doing. And don't forget, there's links to all my digital shop and freebies in the description box below as well. So I will see you next week, guys, with some more wedding planning goodness. See you then.